If you clicked on this video and you're just interested in the short answer, then yes, I think it can pass for an entry level or a medium level software engineer, but I don't think it can pass for anything higher like senior or principal. So that's your short answer. If you want to click away and do something better with your life, feel free to do so. Otherwise, you can stick around and I can show you the proof. Hello, how's it going? Welcome back. In this video, we're going to ask GPT-4 a bunch of interview questions, coding challenges that you might get when you're applying for a software developer role. And the aim is to see if it's going to be good enough to pass an interview test that's designed to test whether somebody can become a software engineer or not, to get a sense of it, whether it can replace software developers yet or not, at least from the passing the interview standpoint. So I'm going to use this website called Tech Delight. And what I love about this website is it's got a bunch of problems and they are rated easy, medium, and I think hard. Yeah. And the other thing that I appreciate is that the simplicity of the interface and the fact that you have the problem definition in the code snippet itself in plain text. You know, plain text, you can just pass it to a chat system and you wouldn't worry about not being able to copy an image and whatnot. So without wasting any more time, let's begin. And to begin, I'm going to set the scene here and say, act as if you're a software engineer being interviewed by a tech company. Please provide code in the Java programming language and know that your code is not going to be graded by a human. Rather, a machine will run it against a bunch of test cases. I will begin feeding you code snippets with problem definitions in the comment block at the top of the program, and your task is to edit the code snippet and provide a working solution for submission. Please answer with the code snippet only so that it doesn't generate a bunch of noise in between code snippets. And provide the space in time complexities. I will begin feeding you problems one by one in the next prompt. Now, unfortunately, currently we're limited to 25 messages, and I think I've used 3 or 4 so far in this 3-hour window. So I'm not going to submit all the questions, but I'm going to randomly pick a bunch of them, starting with an easy problem. Maybe not too easy, but yeah, move zeros to the end. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to hit enter. So it's ready to begin solving. Here's the first one. All right, that's perfect. That's what we need. Submit. Accepted. Well done. Let's pick another one. Let's pick another easy. Sorted merge array. Okay. Let's copy that. Paste it in here. It's finished. Submit. Accepted. Let's pick one of the medium problems. So rearrange array, part 2. So I noticed that all the solutions are being produced with O of n as a max complexity, which I think is quite okay. So we got a wrong answer. So I'm going to copy that, paste it. Let's see if it's going to fix the issue that it faced. It's finished, so. And paste. Let's see if it had fixed the problem. Still providing wrong answers. If I was being interviewed and I provide the wrong answer twice, maybe I'm not going to pass this interview. I'm not sure. Depends on the mindset of the interviewers. But we have our first failure now, so let's continue, and we're going to give it one of the hard problems and paste the next one. Let's copy. Paste in here. Submit. Wrong answer. Again. Let's pick another one. Now, the thing about these hard problems is that they're probably not meant to be testing whether you're a entry-level or mid-level software engineer. They're probably for senior and team leads and principals and whatnot. But it's just giving us a sense of what level can this AI pass for when it's being interviewed. So let's submit the solution. Let's give it. Right. Copy the answer. Paste it. Submit. All right. So it corrected itself now. That's very good. Let's give it another hard problem. Combinations. Copy. Let's submit the solution. Wrong answer. Let's give it back. Feedback. It's correcting now. We copy the solution. Paste it again. Still giving me a wrong answer. So I'm going to give it one last test, and I'm going to pick one of the medium problems because I'm starting to get the feeling that it can't pass for a senior or principal software engineer, but maybe it can pass for an entry-level or mid-level software engineer. So it's finished generating. I like the space complexity here. Submit. All right. I mean, let's give it another one or two until my limit runs out of the medium problems. Copying the solution. Submit. Accepted. Try another medium problem. Copying the last problem, pasting, and submitting. Okay, so like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't think it can pass for anything higher than a mid-level software engineer. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not trivial. It's quite impressive. However, I think the main problem is with this model. I mean, OpenAI has been upfront about it. It's not doing very well when it comes to math problems, for instance. And most of these programming challenges that you get when you're being interviewed rely heavily on your math skills and your ability to identify patterns. In my experience, though, day-to-day assignments vastly differ from the interview experience. Because your day-to-day is, oh, okay, I have this array that I want to sort. So I'm not going to go ahead and invent a new sorting algorithm or write my own implementation of a currently existing sorting algorithm. I'm just going to go and find somebody who implemented that sorting algorithm, whether it's the standard library of a programming language, whether it's a package I can import, and I'm just going to go ahead and use that. And that's basically most of software development work, with the exception of some cases where you're trying to do something really specific and you need to come up with an algorithm. And, you know, that's probably not the kind of thing that an entry-level software engineer would be doing. So my opinion is this thing can replace an entry-level software engineer if babysit right. So I got this thing in other videos to produce a functioning, working, cross-platform application. It generated the backend for me, the front end, and it was beautiful. And maybe when it makes mistakes, just copy the error log and then give it back to it. and it can self-correct. Like we saw in the video, we gave it, I think a couple times, we gave it the error that it produced and it was able to self-correct the code. So in my opinion, if you have a team of 5, 6 software developers, let's say half of them are juniors and half of them are seniors, I think when this technology matures, I mean, Copilot, Microsoft owns GitHub. If companies have their code bases in GitHub, and this thing now can scan GitHub, then I think just 3 senior engineers can do the job. I mean, think about it. When you're a senior engineer and you have a small task, you give it to the entry-level software engineer. And now I think you can just give it to GPT and it can solve it for you instantly. And if it doesn't do it completely right at the first go or the first iteration, maybe iteration 3, 4, 5, it can do it very well. So I don't want to make any claims here. I just think the capability is there as of right now. I don't think the confidence in the technology is there yet, but maybe for big corporations, they wouldn't trust it yet. But I think talking about startups, they are struggling to find money. Startups are going to do anything they can do to optimize and to reduce their workforce. So I think for a startup, this might be a very, very interesting idea to have 1 or 2 senior engineers doing the work of 5 or 6 engineers. So that's my opinion. Predicting the future is really hard, but this is what it seems to me like. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Thank you for watching the video. And if you like the content, give me a like and consider subscribing if you like the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.